Hello, 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 everyone. Happy Thursday evening. Yes, it is Thursday evening again, guys, and you are here today with Dana Carpio in order to learn about some Instagram basics. Guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm going to set up the chat for you so you can come in and put your name in the chat so we know who's here. Thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule. I know as business owners that things can get quite hectic, and there's several different webinars that are going on tonight and training sessions and things of that sort. And I greatly appreciate you taking your time out of your schedule to be here with me tonight. This is great. This is wonderful. So, guys, I hope you have had a wonderful week. This week has actually been very challenging at the first start of the week, but as of yesterday, things have actually gotten a little bit easier. So, hi, Deborah. How are you? Thank you for coming. I'm so glad you're here. Deborah is a new connection in the MLSP group. We met on a webinar that was going on. And so I've been helping Deborah get her blog set up and things of that sort. So it's a pleasure to have you here, Deborah. I'm glad you're here to check out some of the Instagram basics. You're going to love it. You're going to love it tonight. And also Kim. Oh, Kim, hey, you're back. Yay. It's a pleasure to see you here too. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to wait just a few minutes and let a few more people come in. I know how difficult it can be to get, right on time with something. As a matter of fact, I was panting a little bit myself. I was running a little behind, but we're all set and we're all good. So, guys, I hope that you are enjoying the emails that I'm sending out to you. And I have started doing videos, just straight up videos to give you additional value and things of that sort if you're not on the training. So definitely look for those. I'm posting those mainly on Facebook. Also sending them also through the email as well. So keep an eye out for the videos. There's going to be more coming out. I'm trying to set it up to where I can do about 3 or 4 per week. And that way you guys can really get some added value in addition to what's going on in the training too. So with that being said, it's been exciting. It's been crazy. And I got to tell you, how I talk about mindset all of the time and how really, negativity can really affect your mindset and what you're doing and what you're progressing towards. And it really, really affected me this week. But I tell you what, I actually went and listened to some motivational calls today. And because I really felt like I needed that extra push today. So I listened to like 3 or 4 different motivational calls. And oh my gosh, guys, I'm so pumped. I'm ready to get my business going and things are really good and my plans are working so far. And, this is absolutely great. I'm really excited. And when you're building your business, you need to have that excitement. You need to have that passion. You need to have that draw that's going to come out of you so you can put all that effort and that energy into your business and create the results that you are really, really wanting in your business. So I challenge you for the next week. Here's a weekly challenge for you. I challenge you over the next week, for the next 7 days, from now until next Thursday, I want you to find some sort of motivational material, whether it's a book, whether it's something online. Maybe John Maxwell has something there that you like on his website. But every day, I want you to take about 30 minutes out of your day. I know that sounds like a lot. But let me tell you, I put the recordings on for like these motivational calls. I put them on my headset with my phone. Like this phone travels with me wherever I go. It does whatever I want, because wherever I go. And 9 times out of 10, I have a headset plugged into it and I'm listening to some kind of podcast or training or something. So you got to have input to give you the output, right? So, but I listen to them while I'm doing the dishes. I have it on a volume where I can still hear the kids in the background just in case. But I listen to it while I'm doing the dishes. I listen to it while I'm making the bed or folding the laundry. So for those of you who say, well, I don't have time to do all that motivational stuff. I don't have 30 minutes. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. If you can't do it that way, maybe you can listen to it in your car on the way to work if you still have a job. You will find time to do some motivational work on yourself. So I highly suggest it. The next 7 days, I challenge you to find something that's going to motivate you into action over the next 7 days. Once a day for the next 7 days for about 30 minutes. Now, if you don't know of anything, you're drawing a blank, not sure what to do, I will tell you that MLSP has a wake-up call every day, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Central. And if you don't have that information about the phone call, get with me after the webinar. I'll be happy to give it to you. Or you can always go to my Twitter stream, and I actually have a graphic there that has all of the information, and all you have to do is just look at that graphic. It gives you the phone number and all of that. So I highly recommend getting on those calls. It's not all about MLSP, okay? I know some people are like, well, you're all on MLSP and then da-da-da-da. No, a lot of the things that they talk about on those phone calls are actually for any business owner. Do they say, hey, come to the back office MLSP and that kind of thing? Yes, they do. But if you're not an MLSP member, that's okay. You still get value and motivation from the actual call. So I highly recommend that. Do it for 7 days just to start with. Try it for 7 days, and you will see how much your mindset has actually changed. So, all right, guys, we are 7 minutes into the hour. I'm done blabbing myself. And I do want to tell you, we're going to continue with the social media frenzy. We've done 2 weeks. We did Facebook, we did Twitter. This week we're doing Instagram, and next week you'll see what's coming up in the slides, okay? So, Deborah, you already have a question, and that's great. Does Instagram only work on cell phones? Here's the thing with Instagram. You can get it to work on your desktop, okay? It takes extra software in order to make that happen. Over the course of the last week, I have downloaded a software onto my computer, but it doesn't want to seem to run for some reason. I can't figure out, there's some bugs or some twitches or something. I don't know what I have done. I have got to investigate it a little bit more. However, you can run it on your desktop, but normally it's just as easy to run it from your cell phone or to run it from your tablet. Now, if you have, for example, if you create any kind of content or any kind of graphic or anything that you want to put on Instagram, and you create that on your computer, the best way to get it from your computer to your phone so you can post it in Instagram is actually going to be using the Dropbox or Google Drive. Anything that's going to be a shared drive where you can put that picture on the shared drive and you have access to it on your phone too. So then you go to the shared drive on your phone to post it to Instagram. I know it's a couple of extra steps, and I promise you, once I figure out how to get the program to run on my computer, I will show you how to do it. I'll show you the tips and the tricks and things of that sort, okay? But tonight, we are sticking with simply just the basics to get you started on Instagram, and then we're going to go a little bit deeper, probably, I'm not sure exactly when. But once you get started Instagram, you kind of get the hang of it. The rest of it is easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And you can always find more information and more tips and tricks about Instagram just using Google. Okay, so if you want to get a little bit more deeper in detail with what you're doing on Instagram, you can find additional training for it. As a matter of fact, you can get additional training. One person that you want to follow, and I'm going to tell you this, and I'll probably tell you over and over and over again. She's an absolute queen of Instagram. Her name is April Marie Tucker. Google her, find her, hook up with her. She has got the best tips and tricks for Instagram and Pinterest. Definitely. She's definitely the queen of both of those social media platforms. So if you want to learn advanced strategies and things of that sort, definitely connect with her. Now, tonight I do have an offer for you, and it is just that, an offer. It's not something that you have to take. If you're interested in learning more of Instagram and you want that to be your primary social media platform, then you'll benefit from that training. Okay. If not, that's fine. It's no big deal. You don't have to buy. If you don't want to buy, it's not in your budget. That's fine too. I'm just saying I will offer it to you. It's up to you if you want to take it or not. Okay. At least you know that there's additional training out there than what I provide. So, okay. Well, with that being said, let's get started, guys. I'm excited about this. I like Instagram. It's so much fun to me. It's very picture oriented. Get the picture? It's fun. So let's go in here. I have a very short slideshow for you. We're gonna go through just the very basic stuff, and then I'm gonna go as live with Instagram to show you how to post pictures, how to do some hashtag research, find out what people are doing, and how it all works. Okay, so right now, let's get started with our slideshow. And guys, tonight I'm loving the Thursday night training. My name is Dana Carpio. I am your host. And guys, tonight we are going on Instagram basics. So tonight, I want you, as we're going through the training, if you find value in the training, send out a tweet. Send out a post. Say, hey, I'm learning Instagram. Use hashtag learning Instagram. And we'll go over hashtags and exactly what they mean and how they all work. So you have the knowledge to help you do what you need to do. Okay. That's the whole point. Just giving you that knowledge. Okay. And all of this training that I'm giving you on Thursday nights is training to make your business explode. That's the whole point. I want you to become successful because that's what makes me happy, knowing that I did my job teaching you what you needed to know. So let's get started, guys. Here's where we are going tonight. I'm going to tell you a little bit about me and my story. I know sometimes it's kind of lengthy. I'll try to shorten it as much as possible. We're also going to go over your account and profile setup, how to your engaging posts and direct messaging, creating your enticing graphics. We're going to talk about hashtags, and then I'll tell you what's going to happen for next week, which social media platform we're going to next week. We're going to do some live online training where I'm going to show you actually how to go in and do these types of things. And then we'll have a little bit of a Q&A session at the end. So if you have questions, I will start up the Q&A box for you so you can actually go in yourself and put your questions into the Q&A box. Let me go ahead and set that up for you right quick. There you go. So put your questions in the Q&A box just so it doesn't get lost in the shuffle of all the comments of all the chat. I want to make sure I know that it's a question that you want to ask. So you can go into the Q&A section or you can just stay in the chat area, either one. Okay. So let's go back to the slideshow. All right. So here's a little bit about me, guys. My husband and I, we are a family of 6. We have 4 children. One is 18, 17, 5, and 3. And you see the pictures over here. And we all but one of us lives in Hermitage, Tennessee. The 17-year-old actually lives with his mom in North Carolina. But everybody else lives here with us here in Tennessee. And we are a blended family. The 2 older children are my stepsons, but I love them dearly, just like they are my sons. And the 2 little ones, yep, those are mine. Those are the 2 goofballs in the background back here with their mouths wide open. I'm not sure what they were doing, but they were doing. Now, in April of 2014, I actually started with my primary company. And when I did that, I was trying to do everything offline, and then we lost our vehicle. Yep, no transportation. I couldn't get out of the house. I couldn't go to meetings. I couldn't get out and meet people. So I had to try to do things differently. I held 2 meetings, one at my house, one at a restaurant in Franklin, Tennessee, which is about 45 minutes away from me. And nobody showed to either. That's right, guys. A big old goose egg, 2 months in a row, invited all kinds of people, and nobody showed twice. You want to talk about a punch in the gut? That was definitely one. So I thought, well, I can't obviously go out and run around town and chase people down. So I decided to go online only. That was my only method. I had to market somehow. I had to sell these products somehow, right? So I went online in July of 2014. Well, I was in a world of shock. Nothing was working right. I kept posting my products. I kept posting the before and after pictures. I kept, talking to people and talking about how big the company was and how much money they were making and, the types of products and the chemicals in them and blah, 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 blah. I was talking about everything but what I should have been talking about, which was when I was branding myself. So what I did was I dedicated myself to learning how to market online. And I got myself a free online marketing education. And a lot of people say, well, if it's free, then the free is just not necessarily good. It's not necessarily going to have the best information. Actually, I got a lot of good free information, and all of it's been validated. It's been validated by industry professionals. People who are actually in the trenches making 6- and 7-figure earners are telling me the stuff that I learned is true. Can't go wrong with that. And I did it all for free. I didn't go into massive debt. I couldn't go into massive debt. I had no credit card. I had no line of credit. I actually rent where we live. So, we didn't have any way to get any kind of equity or anything. We couldn't do anything. And I was not about to go and borrow money. So I did it all for free. I found out that there's platforms, there's systems, there's programs. Basically, there's tools that you need in order to grow your business online. Okay? And when I found out what those tools were, I tried to implement them, and I really struggled with the technology. Guys, I had a hard time with the technology. It was so time consuming. I couldn't get this to link up with that. I couldn't get that to host with this. Oh my gosh, I'm surprised I have hair. I got so frustrated because I knew that the possibility of a huge income was out there, and I just couldn't get past this nitpicky technology junk, right? And I got to a breaking point finally, and I had to make the decision. I either had to push through it or I had to pass it. If I pushed through it, it meant really digging down and dedicating myself to really learning everything that I need to know. Or I could pass it up and take the last 2 years that I learned all of this information and throw it away. Well, obviously, you see what I did. I pushed through. If I would have passed, that little word that they talk about called regret, I would have highly regretted it. Because I'm a believer. I sat down and I prayed to God and I said, Lord, if you want me to continue with this, you've got to send me somebody to give me some help. Lo and behold, my mentor showed up. And it was somebody I never met, somebody who was watching what I was doing and approached me and said, hey, I see that you're doing your business. And after a phone conversation with them, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm good to go. Because they knew where I was, they knew what I was doing, we connected very well. And that's when I joined MLSP. I joined the community. Guys, I've gotten support, guidance, validation of the stuff that, of actually what's working online, not just posting your junk all over the place. And it gave me belief. Not belief in my products. I already have belief in my products. It gave me belief in me, in myself, and what I needed to do. And it instills belief in me every single day that I can be successful, that I am going to create that legacy business I've always wanted. And once I joined MLSP, nothing has been the same since. Nothing. I get leads. I am doing what my heart is telling me to do. I'm helping other people. I know you say, well, MLSP, that's a whole nother webinar in and of itself. I won't get too much into it. But MLSP is called My Lead System Pro, and it is a platform that will help train you on how to run your business. Do I recommend it? Highly. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. Let's go on to the account profile setup. So here is Instagram. So Instagram is basically run by photos, okay? When you set up your account for Instagram, there's a couple of things that you want to consider. The first thing you want to think about is this going to be for personal use or business use? Can I have 2 Instagram accounts? Absolutely. You can have 6 Instagram accounts. You can have 20 Instagram accounts. You can actually link the Instagram accounts together and you can change from one user to the other. So if you have a personal one that you want to use and a business one you want to use, that's cool. Do that. Makes it a lot easier to separate personal and business. To me, either way, it's it doesn't matter if it's personal or business. I use it for both. You want to think about the name that's going to be on the account. Now, Instagram has it set up where your name is the @ sign that you see right here. It says @. Like if you look at mine, it says @Dana_C_Carpio. But you can make this anything that you want to make it. It doesn't have to be your name, but you want to think, okay, here's where your branding comes in. If you're branding yourself, if you, for example, are branding yourself, say, work with Sally Fields, okay? When you go into Instagram, you can actually put the name @work with Sally Fields. You don't have to, you want to make sure that it's relevant to you. And when people see it and they go, oh, okay, I know who that is. You want to make it brand friendly. So really think about the name that you're going to use before you just throw something random in there. Okay. Now, your profile picture, it actually is a circle. It's 110 pixels by 110 pixels. I said pickles. Gotta love it. Now, your profile picture should actually be a clear representation of you, your face, not your dog, not your cat, not your house, not your car. You. That's what people want to connect with. People want to connect with you. They don't want to connect with your cat. Not only that, but when you make it a clear representation of you, people see who you are, and that picture right there is the first element to start building that know, like, and trust factor. So make sure that that picture is a clear representation of you, and you want to make sure that it's in good taste. No shirts cut down to the belly button. You don't want to, you want to make sure it looks presentable, basically, to the general public. So you don't want anything that's going to be too revealing. I know some people like to wear the lower cut shirts and things of that sort. But this is for, especially if you're running a business, you kind of want some sort of professionalism instilled in your business, right? So you want something that's going to be in good taste. You can have a nice, fun, frilly shirt if you want. You can, be in a suit and tie if you want for the guys. It's up to you. But just make sure that it's in good taste, okay? Now, your posted photos are 1080 by 1080 pixels. Now, I'm going to show you a program in here. It's super simple, but you can go in there and you can just click on the actual size of the picture that you're going to put in there, and then you just design the size. Basically, I'll show it to you here, and just when we go live online. But your posted photos, it needs to be something that represents you, not the company that you're a consultant or representative for, not the products that you're selling, not the company's name and web address. You need to put something out there that's going to represent you. Now, whether that's a quote that you have created, one that you found, but the whole point of saying not other products and companies or brands is because you're trying to brand yourself here. And let's take, for example, one that I see all the time. And I'm not picking on any particular company, guys, okay? I don't want you to think I am. But I see it all the time. I see people posting stuff up about Unique. or about it works, or about skincare. What was it? Jeunesse. Seeing the befores and afters, things of that sort. People are okay. People are posting about those actual products. That company is already branded. You want people to come to you because of you, not because of your products. I know that sounds kind of hard to digest if you're not a seasoned person within the network marketing industry. However, if you go back and you look at the branding training that I did, you'll see why I say what I'm saying. So make sure that you're branding yourself, not the company that you're with, because they've already got their brand. You need to distinguish yourself and let people join you. Okay. Now, the ad photo, I actually haven't run into the 161 by 161 or the 1080 by 1080. I've not really run into either one of those sizes. The two main sizes that I normally use are for the actual profile picture and then for the posted photo. So as you get further and deeper into Instagram is not really my specific platform, because right now I'm working on Facebook. So, but as you get more and more into Instagram, you'll find out that there's different places and different sizes of photos. Now, here we go to the engaging posts and direct messaging. Now, you want to create an engaging post, okay? You want to give them your special message. So what do you want to say? What do you want to tell them? It's your target market. You know who you're looking for. Tell them what you want to tell them. What do you want to say? You want to create an engaging post that's going to include a link. A lot of people ask questions. Tell shocking news. Give a quote. Those things, a lot of times when people see those things on Instagram, they'll touch it and a heart will pop up or they'll make a comment on it. But you want to include a link, okay? Where do you want them to go? Do you want them to go to your website? Do you want them to sign up for a training? Do you want them to schedule an appointment with you? What do you want them to do? You got to tell them where you want them to go and what you want them to do. If you don't tell them that, they're just going to be like, okay, that's nice. Next. So make sure that you include a link in the post so they know what to do next. Otherwise, they're just going to be like, oh, okay, whatever, and move to the next thing. Okay? So the biggest thing that you want to do is you want to create an engaging post. Now, how do you do that? You give a shout out. Say, hey, at so-and-so, how you doing? If you're looking for if you're doing a particular, running a particular hashtag or something of that sort, like a contest or something, you can actually do a shout out to other members. And that way they'll come back and engage with your content. They'll engage with your actual post. You just tag them. And I'll show you how to tag them. Okay. After you create it, okay, you gave them a shout out. That's cool. Call them out. Say, hey, at John Smith, did you see this quote? It's the best one yet. Okay, you want to call out and specifically pinpoint people or a group of people. And you can do that simply by calling them out using the @ sign and their username. Okay, you can hash it out. A hashtag not funny. See, get it? Sorry, that's my little humorous joke in here today. You can hash it out. You can actually put hashtags on your post. The hashtags were actually created by Twitter users, so content could actually be put in different categories. So people would know like what you were talking about. And so you can put a hashtag on it to get people to come look at it. And when they look at it, you can do like hashtag like my post. People look at it and be like, okay, like. That's creating engagement. You can do it that way. Okay. Now, with your direct messaging, this is just like a Facebook Messenger, instant message program of any sort. Basically, all it does, it gives you the ability to connect with others who interact with your posts so you can build a relationship with them. I know so many people who get on Instagram and they just post. When people like their stuff or they comment on it, they never comment back. They don't say thank you. They never send a direct message. They don't try to get their name or their email so they can build a relationship with them. They don't do anything. They're just like, oh, it's just Instagram. It's just a picture. They like it. They think that's where the buck stops, but it's not. There's more to it. If you really want to use Instagram to build your business, you have to use it effectively. And in order to do that, you have to start using the direct messaging feature. Okay? And actually connect to the people who are liking and commenting on your stuff. That's your audience. That's where you're going to get your connection and actually make your sales. So use the direct messaging in there when other people are engaging with you. Okay? Now, you can create enticing graphics. And this is really, all of these are ones that I have created. Not all of these are quotes of mine. Some of them are like down here on the bottom. There's a local doctor here called Dr. Ming Wang of the Wang Institute. They help with cataracts with their eyes. It's eye surgery. And he actually came to my church and spoke. And this was a quote that he said while he was speaking. And I wrote it down and I loved it. Right? So I chose my quote, or my information here. For example, this is the morning motivation call that I was talking about earlier. Grab your cup and see what's up. There's a graphic. If you want to jot down that information, you can. If not, if you can't see it, then connect with me after the webinar and I will get you that information in a plain text so you can actually see it clearly. Okay. So you choose your quote, you choose your information that you want to share. Okay. Then you choose a background that's going to complement the actual content on the graphic. So, for example, right here, I chose flowers to go with progress is progress no matter how slow. Have patience, take action, and you will grow. A flower grows, right? And it's usually slow when it grows. So why not have flowers on there? It's pretty. The words fit on there very well. It's very eye-catching. Same thing with this one over here. It doesn't come easy. You have to fight for it. She looks like she just beat the tar out of some dude or some chick. I don't know. Maybe they really got into it. But she's been fighting. That graphic says you have to fight for it. You have to fight on. See what I'm talking about? You need to have the actual background of the picture to kind of fit the words. And if you can't find a background to kind of fit the words, don't stress over it. Just do a plain one. Just do a plain Jane background. I've done those. But the graphics are really easy to do when I show you the actual program. Okay. Here's one thing that you want to make sure that you include. Okay. Oops. You want to include if you include a quote, you want to make sure that the author's name is on there. That's credibility. You got to give it to them. If they came up with it, they said it, you got to give credit to them. Okay. You can put as many quotes and stuff out there, but don't claim that they're yours when they're clearly, there's a lot of them that are out there that people keep using over and over and over again. If you put your name to it, people are going to call you crazy. It's plagiarism. Don't do that. Okay. The two critical components that you need to put on your pictures. I've only put one, and that's kind of for a purpose. But you can put both. Two critical components that will help. Your website or blog address. And if you look at every picture that I ever create, you will see my website is on there. Why? Because they see the actual graphic. They see progress is progress no matter how slow. And they're like, I wonder what she's got at her website. So they go over there. They enter in the website. They go take a look. There's marketing information to help you build your business online. Oh, wow. Yeah. You want to put your website or your blog address right there. If you don't have a website or blog, or if your website or blog has kind of a funny name to it or whatever, and you just haven't masked that name yet, then do this. Put your username in there. So instead of putting the web address like right here at the bottom corner, I would have put @DanaCCarpio right here. So when people are going through Instagram, they see this and they know who that photo belongs to, and they know how to get back in touch with you. So if you don't have a website, don't stress. Just put your username on there. These are two critical components. You want people to be able to look at that graphic and say, okay, that is a really cool graphic. I'm touched by that graphic. Now I know where to go or how to connect with that person again. Okay? So you got to give them those two pieces. One of those two pieces at least. You can do both if you want. But in my mind, if you have one, you don't have to have the other. As long as they have a way to get back in touch with you in case the graphic goes viral. Okay, so you want to think about that. You also need to include the details needed for the viewer. So for example, this one over here, it gives you the information about the actual phone call. So at a glance, you can actually look at it and be like, oh, okay, that's all the information I need. Cool. Okay. Now, my favorite program to use in creating the graphics is canva.com. Write that down. It's absolutely free. Go in, set up an account. You can go in and create all of these that are here to your right. All of these wonderful, beautiful graphics were created by Canva. I went in there, I picked out a background, I put the words on there, I changed the shapes and blah, blah. Every bit of it Canva. I love Canva. It makes very professional looking photos and graphics. Okay. Very easy to use too, by the way. My second favorite is Ribbit.com. Ribbit is if you have something that you want, like if someone takes a picture and it's just not that pretty, you can go in with Ribbit and actually change the makeup and take the blemishes off and things of that sort for pictures of yourself or someone else. If you're doing before and after photos with skincare, I highly recommend do not do that because that's just going to give your product a bad name. I'm just going to tell you that right now and up front. Because there's nothing worse than thinking that the customer's thinking that the product actually works. They get it and it doesn't work. And come to find out that you digitally altered the photos. Guys, that's integrity. Keep your integrity in check. That is not honest about your product. Okay. Now, for collages, I actually use PixArt. I don't use Canva that much for my collages. They do have the option for it. But for some reason, I find PixArt to be a little bit easier for me to deal with, especially on cell phone or tablet. Okay. Now, when you're done with the picture, you want to make sure, does the picture paint the picture? Does it all look like it's one picture, like it all fits together? Does it, because when you look at pictures, when you look at graphics online, they're very eye-catching. So you wouldn't put the cup of coffee on the picture with the flowers. It doesn't fit. Coffee beans grow, but it doesn't really fit. You see what I'm saying? You want to make sure that it's relevant. All right, so let's move on to hashtags. Graphics are fun. I love them. I could do a whole training session on graphics, and I might do that one day. Not today. So let's move on with hashtags. What is a hashtag? I know you hear about it all the time. Hashtag this. Hashtag I'm not going to work tomorrow. I got to take that up with my boss. Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm my own boss. Isn't it cool when you can say that? Now, a hashtag is a word or phrase that's used to identify content or a specific theme. So basically, if you want to get involved in a conversation of motivation, you can use hashtag motivation. Okay. The hashtags were created by Twitter users, like I was telling you about, so they could classify specific contents. So it was a lot easier to find the things that you wanted to talk about. Now, how do I use hashtags? Different people use hashtags different ways. And come to find out, most of the marketing industry doesn't have a clue how to use them. Okay? That's why I'm here to kind of help guide you with how to use them. You want to use it to brand yourself. You identify your presence and your content, not the stuff of Unique or Usborne books or jewelry and candles. You brand yourself so people can find you. All the big companies, they already have their own hashtags. They already have their own branding. If really somebody wanted to buy a product and they were looking specifically for that product, they could easily go to Google it, pull it up, buy, and order whatever they wanted to. But the whole part of the branding process is to separate yourself from everybody else in the company. And that's intentional. That's intentional. So it'll help you identify your presence and content. Okay. It also can help you capture the attention of a new audience. And you think, well, how's that happen? Well, when you put in a hashtag, for example, let's say you're posting about some weight loss products. Okay, this is just for an example, guys. Any of the stuff that I use, for example, it's just random stuff coming off my head of products that I've seen, people selling and things of that sort. Okay, so let's say you're selling some weight loss, and you want to capture the attention of those who are tired of sweating it out at the gym all the time, and they just want to take a magic pill. Okay, so something like that. Maybe there is an audience under the hashtag I need a magic pill. So if you put hashtag I need a magic pill, those who go in and research that actual hashtag are going to pull up your information. That's reaching a new audience. That's not just showing the same stuff to the same people all the time. Okay, so you do want to change your hashtags. You don't want to use the same ones constantly all the time. You want to use, if you're branding yourself, you use the one that you're branding yourself with, but the other ones, you use ones that are relevant to your topic. All right. Now, the last thing that you want to do is this. Do hashtag just throwing something out there to get attention. Just creating really crazy, stupid hashtags just to get somebody to say, ooh, she used hashtags, or just to get some random attention. You want to use them wisely. Now, here's some key things. You want to make sure that they're relatable to your post. If you're talking about dogs, you want to say hashtag doggy daycare. If you're talking about cats, you wouldn't say hashtag doggy daycare because it has nothing to do with each other, right? So you want to make sure that it's relatable to the information that you're trying to share. You want to make sure that they're easy to understand. If someone can't read what you're saying in a hashtag, then they're not going to be able to look it up. They're not going to be able to read it. You want to make it easy to understand so when people see it, they can identify with it. Hey, that's the same content. And all your hashtags, they can be used on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, Instagram, and Pinterest. All 5 of those platforms. Now, Google+ is a little bit different, and we'll get to that when we get ready to train on it, and I'll explain why then. But all the others, you use the hashtag, people can go in, they can research it, and they can find your stuff easily. And I'll show you with hashtag learning Instagram what I'm talking about. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and tell you guys for next week, we are going to be going to Google Plus. All right. And we're going to do profile setup, how to design a post. We're going to talk about the communities that are on Google Plus, getting involved with them. And actually, Google Plus has a lot of different things with it. You can actually bold some of your words. You can italicize. You can, I mean, it's completely different when it comes to the actual formatting of the words. And it's actually really cool. When I first found Google Plus, I was like, what? I like this better than Facebook. I really did. I really liked Google Plus more than Facebook. But I keep going back to my old pal Facebook for some reason. But next week, we're going to go through Google Plus. So we're going to talk about all that stuff and more. Google Plus is a little more specific and a little more detailed with some things, but we'll go over that next week. So, guys, what I want to do right now is let's go to the internet for a little more live training. And what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to start your Instagram account. And I'm going to show you some bits and pieces, okay? Before we actually go to Instagram, I want to show you something, okay? I want to show you the Canva real quick. And that way you have an idea of what it looks like, at least. It's not some kind of surprise or anything, okay? So let me share my screen one more time. And we're going to go right here. Okay. It is trying to pull it up. Okay, you see here, all of this are things that, that I've created over time. Some of it's bits and pieces, some of it you've seen, some of it you haven't. But Canva, when you come in here, you set up your account. It's absolutely free. Like I said, there's not, you can absolutely, you can upgrade over here if you want to. But I've used absolutely nothing but free stuff. Okay. So let me show you something. If you look here where it says create a design, it'll show you the different things that you can create. So you have like your Facebook post, and these are already set up in the pixels. So you don't have to figure out, okay, well, what pixel is that? What pixel is that? And is it this way? Is it that way? You come in here and look right here. Over here, it says 1080 by 1080 Instagram post. You click on that and you go creating away. How easy can that be? Super, super simple, guys. You click on it, it's going to pull up a blank canvas. Okay. And from that point, all you have to do is come over here. You can choose one of these pre-made layouts. A lot of them are free. Some of them are pay. You actually have to pay for them. And it's like $1 or something like that. And, but you come over here, you choose a layout if you want to, or you can go in here and you can create all kinds of stuff. You can upload images, which, I mean, you see here, I've uploaded some. It gives you a background that you can choose from. They have tons of different backgrounds. Or you can go to Google and do Google Images, find a background you like, make sure that it is not trademarked in any way, shape, or form. And then you can upload it and use it for your graphics. Okay, so Canva will actually, I mean, you've got text, you've got different styles of text in here that you can put onto the actual graphic. There's elements you can do. Here's where it's a stock of free photos for you. There's lines, there's charts and icons and shapes, and it just goes on and on. So the best thing for you to do for your graphics, go to canva.com, set up your account, go in and play around. Seriously, take a day. It's not going to kill your business. Take a day, go in, play around with it, see what it does. When you're done creating your graphic, come over here, click on download. It's going to download it to your computer, and then you can turn around and use it on Instagram itself. All right, so that is Canva. Now, I want to show you Instagram. Now, if you go, I'm going to show you what I can from my desktop, and then I'm going to show you even more from my actual cell phone. So you're going to get to look at me a little bit more tonight. Okay, when looking at Instagram on your desktop, you are going to be able to have a search feature, and you're going to be able to like photos. You're going to be able to comment photos. But as you see here, you can see these are just pictures. People put pictures up there all the time. You just take a picture, see, put graphics, you know, you can put your words and things of that sort, and you put your website on there. See, this individual person right here put a lot of hashtags. That's overdoing it. You don't need that many hashtags. It's cool if you do that and you actually get people from every single hashtag, but you're not going to get people from every single hashtag. So really think about what you are trying to portray in your message and use the hashtag to match that. Okay, so for example, let me see if I can find mine here. Okay, here we go. All right. There's a couple of things that I want to point out to you. Okay, when you go in to set up your account, this picture here is the 110 by 110 pixel. This is your profile picture. Okay, everything else should have the 1080 by 1080 style. Now, when you are on your profile, you can edit your profile to be, you know, have whatever you want. Okay, this, I'm going to actually go into the edit profile because it's going to ask you for your name. When you set up your account, you'll set up your username. You can add a website, or if you don't have a website, you can put in a lead capture page address right here. And that way, when they're interested, they go, they click on your lead capture page, they see what you got, they opt in. Now you're building a relationship with them. You can send them to your YouTube channel. You can send them to your Facebook. You can send them wherever you want to. This website does not have to be your actual blog or your actual website. Send them wherever you want, as long as it's the web address. Okay. Now, your bio can actually only have 150 characters in it. And basically, I just tell them what I'm doing here. Why am I here? I'm on a mission to help you establish your business online through effective attraction marketing strategies. Plain and simple. That's what I'm doing here. Some people say, hey, buy your product, blah, 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 blah. You don't want to do that. That's way pushy. It really is pushy. So you want to give them a reason to connect with you through your bio. So a lot of people will go and read your actual bio and be like, okay, that's cool. She's going to help me build my business online. I'll connect with her. And then you just give them the information to help them build their business online. It's that simple. Now, you can see, of course, my email and my telephone number, and I don't mind showing that to you guys because that's a way to contact me. But now you can connect other things to your Instagram profile. I'm not going to change my password, but you can change your password if you need to. And you can actually authorize certain applications on your Instagram. Right now, I have IFTTT. If you don't know what IFTTT is, stay tuned to the announcements for my training because I am going to share with you what IFTTT means and what it does, and it will help you syndicate all of your information, and you're going to be like, what? Just like I was. Jaw on the floor. It was absolutely fabulous. It works. It's wonderful stuff, and we'll do a training on that. But it means if this, then that. Okay? And we'll go over that at another time, but it's an actual wonderful program. And you can authorize it in your Instagram. Okay? There's also email preferences, you know, if I want them to send me all of this information or not. Okay? So, when you if you take a look right here at my profile, I have only 20 posts. Now, I don't know how many stinking posts I've done in Facebook. Thousands, I'm sure. But there's no way I got 207 followers by those few posts. I know that for sure. There's no way. 20 posts and I have 207 followers. How do I do that? How do I do that? Well, let's see. Let's see what I've posted so far. Let's see what those 20 posts are. A picture of me a long time ago. A picture of my Alabama coffee cup in front of my computer, Roll Tide. If you're not a Roll Alabama fan, sorry. Not really. I am. I was born in Alabama, so, you know, that's me. But I have quotes. Telling people Merry Christmas. Announcing the training. Telling them about more training. About more training. That's what I'm here for. I'm here to help you learn how to establish yourself online. Well, that's what all this training stuff is for. Okay. Now on, I believe it was Memorial Day. I made a really big meal. I cooked out. We cooked out. We made food. I just shared it with my audience. Like 7 likes, 6 likes. People like what I'm eating. What? You wouldn't think people would be interested in what you're eating, but they are. And that's the funny thing about it. And it shows that you are a real person. You eat real food. You do real things in your life. You don't just do all of this salesy type stuff. Okay. I have my breakfast from the other day. 3 people liked my breakfast from the other day. Can you believe that? I never thought I was going to get a like on it. But I did. Isn't that cool? The rest of it is motivational quotes. That's the one thing that you can put out there that so many people are going to be attracted to you because they're going to be like, wow, she really has motivated me. She's touched my soul. When you touch somebody's soul, it really moves them to do something bigger, to do something better. So when you put, do you see products on here anywhere? Do you see me selling anything? You don't see pills. You don't see potions. You don't see lotions. You don't see me trying to offer services. I'm giving nothing but pure value through Instagram. I'm giving nothing but reasons for other people to want to connect with me. They see this motivational material and they're like, oh, this is great stuff. I'm going to come back and see what else she's got. It gives them a reason to return. That's a good thing, not a bad thing. Okay. So these are just some examples, some things that you can share without having to put out there your actual pictures of your products. You want to create a sense of mystery with your primary company. Okay. So right here, I'm going to show you something in the search section. Okay. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to put hashtag I didn't. You see what dropped down here? Look here. You want to do some hashtag research, see if your hashtag is actually being used? I was going to type in I didn't do it. Look, 56,792 posts that say I didn't do it. Kind of curious, what didn't they do? Right? I'm not going to go there, but you can go and look yourself and you can put in hashtag whatever you want to and find out how many people and how many posts, actually how many posts have been done using that hashtag. If that hashtag is not one that is used, then use it to brand you. So for example, if I go back here and I put in Carpio Classroom, it says no results found, right? No results found. No one else has been using it. There's not any posts today with that. Which actually there is, but not on Instagram. I haven't done any posts today on Instagram with that. But fight. I think I put fight on as a hashtag for the picture over here with a girl fighting. Okay, 378,614 posts of people using that same hashtag. People are talking about fight on. Look, you could even do like motivation. Even if you did motivation, if you need some motivation, here you go. You have 65 million posts that you can look at for the next 7 days to get your motivation that we were talking about, you know? So if you want to brand a specific hashtag to you, this is a good way to see if it's being currently used or not. So you can put in work with Sarah or let's see, social media guru. But you couldn't really brand that. But, you know, however, okay, you can go in and do your hashtag research in one way this way to see if it's being used and how many people are actually using that same hashtag. Are you going to expose yourself to a new audience, or are you just, for lack of a better phrase or way to put it, farting in the wind? See what I'm saying? So you're either going to be talking to other people, or you're gonna fall on crickets. So before you start using your hashtags, you want to make sure that you are using a hashtag where other people will see what you're talking about. Otherwise, it's just noise, random stuff. You want to be very purposeful with your hashtags. All right. So now you have an idea of kind of what it looks like on the desktop, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop sharing, and I am actually going to try something out real quick and see if it will actually work for me before I try to get you guys to see it too. So let me see here, because you can use an app called BlueStacks. And I kind of researched it a little bit. And I've been trying to use that app, but it keeps freezing up on me. It will show you your Instagram just like you would see it on your tablet or on your smartphone. But it gives you options to be able to post pictures to your actual Instagram account. Whereas you can't do that just being online on the website for Instagram, okay? That's the only thing that kind of stinks about Instagram. You have to have two different ways to do it. You can't just, it's not like just a regular app that you can just go in and open on your desktop like you could with Facebook or what have you, okay? Makes it a little bit more difficult. That's the only thing that I'm not crazy about when it comes to Instagram. I would rather sit in front of my computer at my desk and create a graphic, turn around, post it right out, and be done with it. Instagram has other ideas. Now, I don't know if that's something that they're going to plan on changing in the future, if that's actually going to be something that's going to stay the same. I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work, because Facebook has acquired Instagram. Yes, Facebook acquired Instagram. So they're like in cahoots together now, right? So hopefully they'll be able to work out a way or work out an app that you can actually run from your desktop that will allow you to post directly from your desktop into your Instagram account. Okay. So this thing is giving me the old runaround again, unfortunately. And so we're going to do this, and I'm going to show you how this works on my phone, and hopefully you'll be able to see it, so you get an idea. Okay. All right. That's just not, it does. The BlueStacks doesn't want to work on my computer. I don't understand why. But from my research, it said you could actually download this BlueStacks thing and have Instagram on your computer. It worked for about 30 seconds and then it quit working, and I haven't been able to get it to work since. So, let's see here. And of course, right when it started working, I closed it out. Let me try to load it one more time. But until then, I'm going to show you. I don't know if you can see. See, that's the thing. You can't really see what's on my phone. But you can see down here in the bottom right-hand corner, you see that little dot right there? That little dot is actually a picture of me. That is a place where you can actually connect more than one account. So basically, you click on the button, it's going to pull up your profile, okay? And then at the top, up here, see, you can't really see it that well. It's hard to see. At the top is your name. You'll see it up here. And you just click it. It has an arrow, and it's going to show you the accounts that you have. You see the two little circles there? I've got 2 accounts. One of them is just Dana Carpio straight across, and the other one is Dana_C_Carpio. So I linked 2 accounts together specifically to show you this feature. So if you have a personal account or a business account, you can put them both on there, but just be mindful when you post what you're posting where. Okay, so, but you can actually add more accounts if you want to do it that way. Instagram is actually a relatively easy platform to use. Let's see here if I can get this back. But you can, when you go through, like on the bottom, there is a home button that sends you back to where your actual news feed is. There's a search button where you can go and find out new stuff. Then there is I'm sorry, I had something pop up on my computer. Oh my goodness, I'm not going to go through all that. Okay, so we're just going to go back to where we were. There is a search feature on here so you can find new topics or new pictures or new people to connect with on there. Also, in the middle, there is a little camera, and it's going to pop up all of the pictures that are in your phone. So you can go in and choose whatever picture you want to put on Instagram. So if you have, like I was saying earlier, if you want to create something on Canva, because Canva doesn't work on a tablet and Canva doesn't work on a phone, you have to do that on your desktop. So you create the graphic, put it in a Google Doc. Google Drive is really good. It's absolutely free. Dropbox is another one that's absolutely free. So you can actually go in here, and at the top next to the X, it says gallery. You can click on it, and it gives you a list. See, there's a white bar right there. It gives you an actual list of the different places where you can pull your photos, okay? I mean, and it talks about it's videos. For example, I had the Wow app at one point, Twitter, Snapchat, screenshot, Messenger, Facebook, download, camera, other. And for those who actually put things on Google Drive or in Dropbox, it's going to be in other. So since that's the case, you can choose from wherever you want to post from. So if you create something on the desktop, put it into a file sharing online system of some sort that you have, that, I mean, and you can get that for absolutely free. And then go into your phone and pull it from that particular place. It is an extra step, but you can actually do it easily. It's not too stressful, it's not too difficult, and it's not too technologically you don't have to be too technical to be able to work it. I mean, we're talking basics here. That's the whole point. Now, I will tell you, when you do your posts on Instagram, you can add additional information. You can ask questions. You can say, it works the same way as it does on Facebook, where you have that whole description and then you have the picture underneath. Only this way, it's flip-flopped. You actually have the picture on top and all the information underneath. Okay, so your hashtags are very important. Make sure they're related to your content. Make sure you don't throw 150 different million ones on there. 3 to 5 is what I recommend. Just make sure that they're good. 3 to 5, one of those being a branding one towards you. And then the others, just make them relevant for the post so other people can find your stuff. It's actually, all of that is very simple. So one of the biggest questions about the basics of Instagram and how does it all work is, how do I get people to find me? Okay, that is the biggest question. How do I get followers? Got a couple of tips for you here. Okay. Now this is not like an inside industry tip, but not everybody knows that if you do this, you're going to get followers, right? So you can actually go, and I'm gonna write this out for you in a Microsoft Word document, just so I can show you what I'm talking about. And it's a lot easier to explain that way than trying to tell you what it is, because I'm one of those people, you physically show me what you're doing. I can see it visually and I'm good. You tell me about it and I'm kind of like, what? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen with you one more time, and I'm going to show you some things, some hashtags that you can actually use to help generate followers. Now, these are not going to be targeted followers. These are just going to be general followers. So whether they buy your stuff or not, that's kind of up in the air. You have followers, but you will still get people looking, eyeballs on your stuff. And that's what you need to start getting recognized and people saying, oh, okay, I like our stuff, and that kind of thing. You start building that relationship, start growing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this Word document. Okay, you see here? Nothing on it, right? Not a stitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, now there's always, and all of these are going to have a hashtag in front of them. Okay, we're going to say hashtag follow Friday. On Friday, you can put hashtag follow Friday. People will go through and they'll look at the different hashtags, see what you've put up there, and then they will decide to follow you or not. Okay, there's follow Friday. There is hashtag follow for follow, or follow, the number 4 and then the word follow, or F4F. That's right, F4F. The easiest one. Most people don't, the least amount of buttons people have to push, the better off they feel like they are, right? So that's how it got condensed down so far. All right. So on Friday, you can type in hashtag follow Friday. People will look for those who are putting that hashtag, and then they'll come find you and start following you. They'll look at your bio, see if they're interested in your stuff, what have you, and then they'll start following you. Now, if you use the follow for follow hashtag, when someone follows you, follow them back. I've had so many people say follow for follow, and I follow a whole bunch of people, and then they never follow me back. It's kind of frustrating. But for the most part, when you say follow for follow, when someone follows you, you turn around and you follow them back. It's exposure for you and exposure for them. You never know. You could easily build an incredible business relationship with someone by doing that. So this is one of the quick and easy ways to get a bunch of followers. They're not targeted. Now keep that in mind. They're not targeted. They're just followers at this point. If you want targeted stuff, that's a little bit more, that's advanced. So just to get started, and get some kind of a following on Instagram, use these. Use these hashtags. That'll help you out. Now, I do know that there are people who are going to they're going to post or they'll send you a direct message and tell you, hey, you can get 400 followers for free by doing this, this, and this. If you feel comfortable doing that, feel froggy, jump, go for it, do it. I particularly don't want to do that. And here's why. Because I may have a ton of followers. That is more eyes on my stuff, but they're not targeted. They're just a bunch of random people. They're not specifically looking for my product or my service. They're not interested in what I have to offer. They're interested in cats and dogs, and I have cows and pigs. Do you see what I'm saying here? So make sure, you can do that and say, oh, I got 60 million followers on Instagram. Yeah, that's great. You have people kind of looking at your stuff, and that's great. You might get some good sales and things like that, but they're not targeted, and you really want targeted people. Okay, and that's one thing when instead of doing the actual 400 people follow thing, I would rather go out and find other people that are using Instagram that would be interested in what I have to offer. Not just get a bunch of people that don't give a crap. See what I'm saying? You want people looking at your stuff that are actually going to take action with what you're giving them. All right, so now that we've gone through all of that, you have your Follow Friday, your Follow for Follow, your Follow for Follow, and your F for F. And I know there's tons more. All you have to do is just go to that little piece at the top, the little search bar at the top, put it in there and see if someone's using it. If they are, use it. Use it. Might as well, right? So, we've gone through following. We've gone through hashtags. You've seen the account actually on the desktop. I know it was harder to see on the phone. I was trying to get it to where it would be a little bit easier, but the actual program is not working well for me. So, like I said, we'll go into more advanced things the next time we train on Instagram. But for now, there's two things that I want to do. Actually, three things I want to do. Okay. The first thing I want to do is I want to share with you that I'm going to show it to you here in just a second. There we go. You'll see on the side of your screen that there is an offer. This offer is absolutely free. There is no obligation. I am offering a free 30-minute business consultation for you. So, absolutely free, no strings attached, not going to try to promote you into anything, not going to try to recruit you into anything. This is absolutely a free consultation. Talk about your business. We're going to talk about where you are, what you've been doing, where you're going, what your plans are, what are your dreams, what do you want to accomplish by establishing your business online. Okay, so I invite you to click on the button, go in, schedule an appointment with me, 30 minutes, absolutely free. I just want to find out about you. Where are you? And how can I help you grow your business? So you can click on the link and schedule a time. If there's maybe a time on there that doesn't really work for you, get with me after the webinar. I'll be happy to check my calendar and maybe we can work something out. Because if the evening time is the only time that's really good for you, I'm sure I can talk my husband into taking the care of the kids for me for 30 minutes while we have a phone call. It's not that big of an issue, okay? If you would rather not go through the booking the way that I have it here, that's fine too. You can actually just connect with me. I'm literally on pretty much every social media platform. So I'm mostly on Facebook, and I am on Facebook Messenger. So if you're on there too, just shoot me a message. I'll be more than happy to chat with you. Okay, that's the first thing that I want to do. The second thing that I want to do is I want to tell you about, earlier I said that there was additional training for doing this. You can actually go to, and this is an offer that it's I don't know how long it's going to stay there. I have no control over how long it'll be there. This is just something that I have access to. But April Marie Tucker has created a program called InstaLead Magic. Now, in this program, it's advanced techniques. It's a lot more advanced than what I went through with you. Okay, when inside this program, it will teach you some serious skills on how to really build the following, how to really build your business online through Instagram. And you can do it using only Instagram. I remember watching the video before I even got started in MLSP. I was watching the video of April Marie Tucker. She did a training on how to set up your Instagram. And I was on that actual training, and she had said at one point, she was like, it's unbelievable. She was like, I'm a magnet. I'm a magnet. I remember her saying that so clear. And it was so cool because she was using the attraction marketing principles in order to bring her leads and sales. And she was using Instagram to do it. So she is highly, highly talented when it comes to Instagram. She knows what she's talking about. She's gotten the results. And this is definitely an advanced program that you want to get your hands on. Now, if you don't want to take me up on the offer right now, that is perfectly fine. We can still chat and find out about your business and how I can help you. If you decide later on that you want to actually go on this, take advantage of this offer, as long as it's available, you can have it. So let's just hope that it's available. So, and that's enough about that. You don't have to have that. That is strictly an option. However, I do highly recommend it. I do highly recommend it. So, let's see here. I was looking at a message that Kim had sent. It sounds like she has lost the connection, unfortunately. But that's okay. So that was the second thing that I wanted to share with you. Now, the third thing I want to share with you is I want to ask if you have any questions for me about Instagram. Now, I know it's just the basic stuff. How can you have questions? But some people want to know, how does all of this stuff link together? Well, when you go in, there's one thing that I left out that I didn't tell you is when you go into Instagram and you create a post, before you post it, there's an area that'll ask you if you want to post it other places. So you can actually post to Instagram and have it turn around and post the same information to your Facebook, or turn around and post information to, I think it's Tumblr is one of them. And you can actually post to Twitter too. If you'll give me just a second, I'll look and see what that other one is to post. Now, inside Instagram, you can change your graphics. You can do different filters on them to change the looks of them and things of that sort. I typically don't use those. I'd rather do that stuff ahead of time and just be able to go in and post it. It's really up to you. There are other programs that go with Instagram, that fit with Instagram. So you can actually go in and do more stuff. But again, right now, this is a very basic, and that's more advanced type stuff. So, but you can, when you go into Instagram, there's a place where you can tag the people if you want to tag somebody specific to look at your post, or you can add a location of where you are. That's possible too. It's Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Swarm, and Flickr. Those are the ones that are offered right now. And later on, what I'll do is we'll go through the IFTTT, if this, then that program, and I'll show you how when you post to Instagram that you'll actually be able to put information out on other social media and be able to syndicate your information and not just have it post to one thing. So it'll be more effective and more efficient for you in your marketing. All right. So guys, with that being said, nobody's asked me any questions this evening, so we are going to go ahead and close things out. If you do find that you have questions after going through the Instagram training, starting playing around with it, and you're starting to run into problems or questions or anything, feel free to reach out to me and ask me questions and ask me for help. If I don't know the answer, I'm sure Miss April Marie Tucker will be able to help us out, since she is the queen of the Instagram. So, guys, thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule for being here with me tonight. I greatly appreciate it. I truly hope you got some value out of this training, and then it's going to help you with getting started on Instagram. Now, if you have any questions or have anything that you might need, if you need additional training for anything, please don't hesitate to let me know. Until next week, remember, do your motivation for the next 7 days. Pick out your motivation. If you need the information for the motivation call, let me know. I will send that to you. That is absolutely no problem, and it's free of charge. So you don't have to worry about buying a book or anything crazy. And make sure you tune in for next week. Next week, we got Google Plus coming up. So if Google Plus is actually your platform, or it is the platform that you are wanting to change to, or you've been thinking about, then definitely come and get registered. When I send out the email with the recording on there, go ahead and register for Google Plus for next week. And guys, thank you so much for being here. I had a wonderful time. It has been a killer evening, full of information about Instagram and training. Guys, go check out my YouTube channel. There's all kinds of stuff on there. There's all kinds of training on there to be able to help you build your business online. Guys, thank you again so much. I hope you have a wonderful and blessed week. We'll see you next Thursday. Bye-bye.